Hello and happy Sunday, everybody. Welcome. Wow. Whew. It is it's Sunday. It's December 5th. And one of the things that I love, I don't do this practice myself, is it is the eve of St. Nicholas Day. And the eve of St. Nicholas Day is it is a time of preparation of St. Nicholas coming in. It is more of a German, Dutch, Norwegian celebration. And it's a big celebration for them. Santa Claus or Santa Claus comes on a steamboat across from Spain over to Holland and over to bring gifts to all of the children. And you leave shoes out, and they leave little gifts in the shoes, and little chocolates and everything in the shoes. And with that, with all of those gifts, is that sometimes, as you get older, there's a little what do you call it, like a little poem or something that's there, and it's kind of like a fun little poem that they put in there. And sometimes it's a little bit of a joke, minus 27 with the wind chill today. Woohoo! Whew, winter's there. Oh, give me chills up my spine. So this is I put some information up there on my Facebook on what Santa Claus is, and he does have Saint Peter there. And Saint Peter, and I know this isn't a racial thing, but he does have a black face. But the black face is because Santa Claus sends him down the chimney, and it's through the chimney that they get all black faced. so so it's quite a fun holiday. And this is where they really come into the celebration and bringing that celebration, not necessarily on Christmas day is a separate celebration. This is a celebration of Santa Claus coming to bring the gifts, and setting out the shoes. And you have to polish your shoes and make sure your shoes are all really nice so that all these little gifts can go in there. And then he brings little gifts throughout the week too. So it's not just one, it's several little gifts that he does bring out. And he has a book, and he does have a little book, and he goes through and he goes, okay. And little Johnny, you've been really good, you've really helped out, and you've been very nice to others and stuff. So he has a little booklet. That's where they get where Santa Claus is checking a list, and checking it twice, gonna see if you're naughty or nice. That comes from there. And this goes into like Father Christmas. Father Christmas is more of a English tradition. We call him Father, or Pierre Noël is a French. So we have these um, Santa Clauses that came in, and Santa Claus didn't wear red. That's what I found out amazing. Santa Claus, if you go back to the Victorian age, and even before then, if you saw pictures of Santa Claus and that, they wore green, and they wore blue, they wore purple, they wore not purple, greens and blues, and sometimes reds. So they had different colors. The red didn't come in till the turn of the last century, with Coca-Cola, and used Santa Claus as their logo to bring in that the energy of her Coca-Cola. And that's where the commercialization of Santa Claus began. And before then, he was an actual person. So Santa Claus was an actual person, and he in, I think, 200, 300 AD, he helped the poor, and he would go and he would give money to the poor. So what he would do is that he would put gold coins or little coins in the children's shoes at night, or the energies of her socks, because at night you would put your socks by the fireplace to dry. So you'd clean your socks, because you wouldn't have, like today, some people have 20 pairs of socks. Back then you might have had, if you had two, you were lucky, right? So you would wash them and hang them by the fire at night, so you'd have a clean pair of socks when you wake up. So these lovely little traditions, and I love them, because sometimes we forget the little meanings of why we do what we do. And finding out those traditions, understanding them, just helps us to sort of enlighten whether we want to partake in them or not. It just makes it a little bit more fun on this season, and bringing this season in. There's also the Saturnian celebration, the celebration of Saturn, which is the Roman celebration, which is bringing the evergreens in, bringing that greenery in, and that greenery to liven your home up in the dark days of winter. There's also part of that celebrations where the lords became the slaves and the slaves became the lords. So there was a day of switching roles during that time as well. So there's many different little celebrations during this time of year. And I feel like our ancestors who are um, wanting to bring in a lot more to what we do, and not and bring in a lot of joy and happiness and singing, and bringing in that what they would have called the gaiety of the energies, so that we are able to get through the darkness and get through what the long nights of winter time. So what I love about this is I love doing the research of this. I love looking into all of this, because it shows us that there is a reason why we do what we are doing. I mean, it is a part of our everyday life. It is a part of what we do, and sometimes there's such a we miss the full meaning of why we are doing what we are doing. We miss miss that energy, and we miss the um that synchronicity. You can't hear me? My mic is on. So I do have my mic on. It shows me my mic is on. So if anybody else can't hear me, let me know, please. If you can't hear me, because my mic is on. Just me. Yeah. Might be just you. Yeah. So sorry. So just check your mic, because my mic is on. And yeah. It's plugged in. I just checked that my mic is plugged in and everything. Kathy says she can hear me. So yeah. So look at those different celebrations. There's so many different celebrations that we have around the world, and why we do, and the different foods, like the different types of foods. Like in France, they eat a lot of fish for Christmas. Not everybody eats a turkey. So you don't have to have a turkey. So this is, starting, the reason why we have a turkey is because the wild turkeys in North America, and they used to go shooting, and they used to bring home a wild turkey. And so turkeys became a part of that culture, part of our culture, part of our, this is what we do. But many of people, was a ham, or they raised a special pig for that celebration, and that's when the pig would get slaughtered. Um, in the Caribbean, again, there's a lot of fish, a lot of crab, a lot of callaloo, different flavors of food come forth. So I think this is a time of year. I think this is a beautiful time, because there is such diversity coming into the world. And I just did a whole blog on this, on what I see for December and the energies that are coming in, is to start to create and bring in maybe new traditions, maybe traditions that you've had. They might not be in alignment anymore. So starting to create something that is in alignment with you and what you really love to do. I love putting up a tree. I love decorating. I love having the lights up, and putting lights up. I love different colored lights. For me, I just love it. That's why my Christmas tree this year went up a little bit early, because I wanted the lights. I wanted, and bringing out the different Christmas balls is, a remembrance of the different times of when I got them, or when I was a child. So bringing in this funness allows us to be able to raise our vibration, to raise our frequency. And that's really a part of what we are trying to do at this time, because there is so much change and transitioning that's happening right now. And we want to come into a new frequency. We want to move into that newness. That's what we want to do. And create a new sense of direction on where we want to go. And all of us, we're all going through these changes. We're all going, the whole earth is going through these changes. And today there might be a little bit of a stirring, because we have some planets that are out of bound, but a little bit of stirring of the highs and the lows, and this stirring up of interesting times. So this is a time of looking into what is it that we need to do? What is it that we need to finalize? The moon is in Capricorn, so it wants to get things done. It's meeting up with Venus out of bounds, and the moon is out of bounds. So we got this energy of kind of like the mother-in-law coming in and checking on everything. She's coming in. So we're cleaning up all of what needs to be cleaned up. And she's asking, because we're also looking at tying ends of what we need to complete. Is there anything that we need to complete at this time? What is it? Why are we here? What are we working on next? These are some of the questions, because she's looking at the future. What is it that you are wanting to plan? What is this energy that you are wanting to unfold? And, we have this square, and she's making aspects to the nodes, and the nodes are going to be changing soon. So this is almost like the finalization before they go into Taurus and Scorpio of what do we want to do? It's all of this mutable energy coming in, and we might be feeling a little bit of a frenzy over the next little while to get things done and running all over the place. So we might be feeling that a little bit, not only today, but throughout the rest of this month, I'm going to say. And I mean, that's going to be part of the energies that are going to be coming in. Now, on December 19th, I'm going to have peek into 2022. Partly what I wrote today had a lot to, had a little glimpse of what 2022 is going to be. We are in a restructuring of energies. We are in a scaffolding, like the scaffolding is being put up, and we are the light bricks that are going into the new building. How do we want that light to shine? How do we want to put forth that energy into our world, into our family, into our values? And what we see around us and what we are feeling around us is a lot of a collective of the lower vibrations. And this dismantling is happening, and it is happening for quite some times. We're in this, but as we work together and we look at, and this is why I'm bringing in different traditions, because doing those different traditions or looking at those different fun things, whether it's food or whether it's Santa Claus coming in, raises our frequency. Why? Because we end up having fun, we end up enjoying, we end up laughing, we begin to play different music and move to that music and dance. That's creating a vibration, a vibrational change. And that's where we want to start to begin. We want to start to begin by changing this vibrational change. And this is coming in with our clear intentions. Now, where the moon is that this is still, it's going to be hitting that minor grand trine with Pluto and Venus and Mars and Neptune. Yes, Neptune. So it's completing this. The moon is going to be completing this. It's going to be hitting this and highlighting it. And this was one of the activations to this solar eclipse, this new moon. So if you are wanting to still create something, not saying all the doors are closed, but this is really a very beautiful time to say, what is it that you are wanting to manifest? What is it that you want to start working on more? And creating more. For me, it's like really wanting to create a stronger foundation for myself and for my husband, because I mean, our lives have just started, you don't really realize it, but my daughter's moved out. She's moved out with Mateus, and I only have my one son left here. And so it's a huge change in my house. You don't realize that dynamics when, and then my eldest son is hardly ever here anyways, between university and hockey and other things that he's involved with. We don't really see him. So our lives for my husband and I are changing. And this is where it's like, wow, what is it that we want to create more of? And of course, the first thing my husband says, I want to retire. So, okay, all right, let's begin to create that and bring that intention. Not sure exactly how that is going to unfold or how that is going to look, but I am going to go out in nature. And that's the other thing, going out in nature, communing and connecting with the energies of nature, because it is within nature that creation happens, right? It is in those raw moments that you have those sproutings. So this is a beautiful time of bringing in that greenery, bringing in that connection with nature to allow for the new sprouts to begin, and bringing in that time to dream and time to work the magic, the magic that is here. And we have some great magic that is here, and wanting us to live within this energetic new way, these frequencies. And it is a practice. It is a practice of looking at what we enjoy and what we want to do. It is coming back to the basics and coming back to the land, and maybe it's a time of looking at, ooh, what do I want to plant? What are those seeds? I love going through seed books, and I love going through, when we used to get catalogs and stuff, and looking through all the catalogs, and beginning to dream some energies, dreaming this creativity of what it is that we want to build. So for me, for one of the things I want to create and build, and I've been doing my Christmas extravaganza, and I want to put it out to all of you who are watching now, or those who are watching the replay, is what offerings you want from me. Like, because I am here of service, I am a service oriented business, but I want to be of service more so. So I have my readings right now at $75. I have all my workshops at $80. I didn't do the auction this year. Do you want the auction? Do you want me to put things up for auction? I don't mind. I'll do it as long as people bid. You know, do you want the auctions? What more things do you want to see? Do you want to see more peeking into every month? Right now, I'm going to be doing the whole year on the 19th. Do you want me to do once a month gatherings where I do mini readings for people? What is it that you would like to see as an offering from me? And I'll try and put it together. I have created and this actually came in a dream, and where I'm creating a new spread, a new reading. And this new reading is with tarot and the astrology. And I sort of did a preview of it on my Facebook page, and I filmed it. So where I have 4 rows, and in those 4 rows are 4 cards or 5 cards. There's 1 card and then 5. So we have what the theme is, and we use the elements. So we use the water, the earth, the air, and the fire. And the reason I use your chart, because a lot of people will go by their sun sign and they'll say, well, I am fire because my sun is in Leo. But when I look at your chart, you might have your sun in Leo, but you might have more air than fire. So I bring in the air reading with this, along with the fire. And how does that air influence your fire? If you're a Pisces, you might have your sun in Pisces and some energy there, but the rest of the energy might be in water or might be in fire. And I've seen quite a bit of this where people have their energies in water, and then where their sun is, because here I am, I'm my sun, yet a lot of their energies are in different elements. And this is where it can be where it's like, what do I need to work on? What do I need to explore more of? with this, and so bringing in that fire energy is helping to understand that, okay, these are some of the things that I need to look at. So using the tarot and some oracle cards, um doing this new reading, and I'm quite excited about it. It's very interesting, and I it's pretty accurate. I've done this for myself, and I've done it for my daughter, so there's quite a bit of accuracy with it, and it's interesting to see how it unfolds, because even though she's an Aquarius, she does have a lot of earth energy. And so looking at that earth, so it's between her earth and fire, so she does have the air, but she has a lot of earth and fire energy. So how does that earth and fire energy work within her a routine, or how she wants to manifest something? Okay, because it's looking at what you have to do in order to manifest things. So for, say, water would be, wanting to flow, feeling, getting into the emotions of it. Fire is like, what is the passion, what is that that oomph that really wants you to flow. The earth is like, okay, what do I, let me write things down, let me coordinate things and organize things. And that's how they work. And then with earth, it's or with air, it's like, okay, they're thoughts, all these thoughts that come in, and all of this, but it's getting those thoughts, so it's getting all of these different parts and then putting them together. So very cool for a reading that I'm devising. I don't know, could somebody else might be doing that out there, but I haven't seen it yet, so that's fine. But this is, bringing in a lot of juicy creative productivity for us all. And so that's where this energy is going. It's going to bring in the creative, juicy energies. When we bring those in, it becomes very scrumptious and very alluring, and raising our frequencies to something that is even more grander than what we ever thought it would be. So, so excited. I'm so excited about this energy. I love it when I get into those frequencies, because you can look and see the chaos of the world. Yes, it's there. Those lower vibrations are there. And many people are working with people in those lower vibrations and helping them and guiding them. And it's beautiful, because that's what needs to be happening. But through it all, it's like understanding that this is physics. This is a higher frequency, a higher energy coming into a lower energy, and this is, going to cause what happens, in physics. When you got the high and the low coming together, you're going to have some turbulence. So yeah, there's going to be turbulence. There is going to be dismantlement. Yet through that, there is going to be some creative productivity that's going to come in. There's going to be some really awesome connections that are going to come forth with all of this. So that is where, again, this is where we come in to the new frequencies that are coming forward. Coming new, I mean, I think they've already been here for some time. Some people have already tapped into them for some time, and now it's more and more and more. So more of the collective is coming into these new frequencies. So, and that's where the magic is. It's more of us coming together with this. So, on that note, I'm going to send out so much positive energy to you. Have a great day. Look into Sinterklaas and the energies of Sinterklaas and the energies of Father Christmas. I love Santa Claus. I love Father Christmas. I collect Father Christmas ornaments. It is one of those things that I really, it's a connection, because I know it comes from something of beauty, and there's such a great beauty within it. So, sending you out some positive light. May the Lord and the Lady watch over and bless each and every one of you in all that you say, and all that you be, and all that you do. Have a blessed one, everybody, and we will talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.